Hey guys, welcome back to Bite the Book. Today we're gonna take a look at August 22nd or 27th and August 28th session. I took a few trades in between these sessions, so I'll talk about the trades that I took, the good ones at least, and then after that, we'll just break down the charts in between. So anyway, as always, we'll start off with our 1 hour and then work our way down to the 5 minute. So I actually already have this started. So we'll just go through that first. Okay, so 1 hour, there wasn't really much that was happening, right, with the 1 hour, so I really just extended the 1 hour from the previous session, as well as the 1 hour that was made over here from the previous session, because I found that it was pretty strong support or resistance that became support, and vice versa. After that, I took the last low as well too and extended that out. So if you move to the 30-minute, what you'll see is something that kind of responds to it. So right before market open, we burst it up, right? And then 9:30 came, which is 8:30 market open. Excuse me, Chicago time. We had a massive wick to the upside, right? That wick is about $7 before we actually pushed all the way down for the entire session. So the whole session was like a $35 move to the downside. I can tell you personally, at the start, I was in buys at 28.95, which was quite high. 28.95 up there, so I couldn't even catch $5 even if I wanted to. And then I got stopped out at 28.87. So it took me about an hour to see that I was wrong. Over here I was always in buys in that mindset. So I would have taken a second buy, but I didn't bother. I probably could have, right? Because no, this didn't even make $5. So I couldn't even take that either. And that was the only trade I had for that session. So let's move down to the 15-minute. On the 15-minute, again, it's not super clear. The clearest part is really over here before the market even opens, but again, I wasn't even looking at it by then. So I take the trade on this candle, right? 28.95. Instantly price comes down and then it pushes up. See, if I took the trade after open, at least after open over here, I would have been in a much better spot. I was anticipating this support over here that was made, which you'll probably see on the 5-minute. For this session though, I think there were multiple opportunities to take sells. I think the strongest one would have been right here where it bent, right? Because we got their little rejection wick up here, and then also another spot right over here after it bent again, right? Boom, boom, boom. Because we did close below this little support area, and again, you could have probably taken that from the close, at least $6, at least back to this low, and then if you just let it run, you could have taken it all the way down to here or even to this level, right, for $12. So now let's move on to the 5-minute. What we'll do is we'll just remove this, remove that, remove that, remove that. Alright, perfect. Alright, so now back to my trade I did. So given I got in at this candle, right, at the 28.95, right, price came down here and it pushed up. After this came back down here, I think that would have been my best chance to just get out, just because of how it closed, right? If you look at the 30-minute, it's just a complete wick. There's nothing telling me that this should go up, or no, it's 15. Where is it? Yeah, this right here, just a complete wick. There's nothing telling me that it should go up. But based on the structure, I think the best buys would have been either over here and even over here. Usually for me, I usually take a $5 take profit. So if I actually took it on the close, it would have hit it, right? But I didn't get it on the close. I was getting it right over here just before it closed. So now, back to 5 minute. We'll look at those points again. So between over here and over here. So in the 5 minute, this would have been a lot more difficult to take. Like, I think for me, hold on, let me just circle this again. So I circled this area, but also bent over here on the 5 minute and this area, right? And there's another area too for the 15. Let's go back to 5. Whoops. Alright. So now on the 5 minute, the biggest spots would have really been over here, right? You see that price bent up, came down to create a new low, and then came back up here, right? The support would have been made right over here. So again, you would have been really solid taking positions even after this bullish move, right? Sure, you'd have to wait 20 minutes before it goes down, but you'd be in a really good spot to take $5 out the market. And then once that happens again, right, you can get into the bend over here that happens that you don't see on the 15 minute, and then take it all the way down here. And then by the time price gets over here again on the 15, you're seeing that other bend that you wouldn't have seen on the 5 minute. So again, there's multiple chances for entry when you're looking at those time frames. On the 5 minute though, if you didn't get in over here, you'd have to wait for that 15 to close, or at least something over here that tells you that it's going to continue down. For me personally, if I was just looking at the 5 minute, I probably would have gotten in right here, right? Because I know we've broken that structure and we have this nice piece of range to get through, $10 range, right? Or I probably would have taken it over here once it bent, and I probably would have been, stopped out easily, right? Because that's 350, and my stop loss is usually 250. Anyway, price goes down, it closes, right? You could have probably gotten right there, right? Solid, 250 close, and then catch $5, depending on the type of trader you are. Or again, you could have waited for this little consolidation, right? $2 stop loss, $8, $5 move to the downside. After that, the session is pretty much done, right? Because we get to lunchtime, 1 p.m. and then we have another bend over here, right, where you could have gotten just about $5 move. Yeah, nice little bend in $5. But yeah, that's that session. So now let's look at our August 28th. So again, we'll just start from the hourly and I'll make our way. So August 28th, what I did was I extended the pre-market, right, from the previous day. Extended that from the hourly, and then also extended that last low that we touched, right? This would have been the third time over here. So like 1, 2 in this area, it's playing around there, and then 3. So for me right now, I really want to take buys, but I'm looking for a signal right now after hours. But anyway, right now chart isn't telling you much. Like, we had massive rejection over here, which is great. If you do believe in buys, this would have been the best spot, right? Because this is our third time coming here. As far as structure goes though, this price area has been really, really good, right? As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 support, resistance, and then became support over here. Over here it broke it, but then continued to move up, became a support-ish, resistance and support on the lower time frame. Over here it became resistance again, boom, back to this point, broke it, and now it should be becoming support. But it's just a matter of waiting for those signals to see price continue moving back up. For me, I would love to take buys, but just because of how strong this candle is, how bearish it is, it looks like it should continue down at least a little more. Like I could see this going down $5, right? Because that wouldn't be too hard to do. And then creating a wick on the 4 hour, 1 hour time frame. But anyway, let's move to our 30-minute. Let's see what else is there. So on the 30-minute, you know, for me, the idea over here was that a support was created before the market opened, right? Because what, 8:30 or 8 o'clock, what happens? We come down bearish, and we have a massive bullish candle, right? And it can go to the previous candles, but you know, not too much, right? Then we have another bearish one here, and then a move down. So initially, I was in sells, right? Around this area before market open. Market open, and it pushed all the way up. So if you look at the lower time frame, you could actually see that happening. Okay, where is it? 15. So 15, there isn't much action either, right? So 5 minute, yeah, perfect. So I was in sells over here, 28.63, right? 2063. So by 2063, I had a 250 stop loss. 2860. What is it? 2863.25. Right there. Yeah, right there. Right. So I had a $2.50. Whoops. I had a $2.50 stop loss. Right. Price moved down here, and then when the market opened at 9:30, I actually moved my stop loss to break even, right? So as you can see, right, price by 9 o'clock, 9:15, price moved down. 9:30, it wicked up here, stopped me out, and then continued going down. My take profit was right at the bottom of this low, so it would have been a hit regardless, right? And this is what, $8 move. On a 8 contract, that would have been at least, hold on a sec. A contract would be $10 per tick. So yeah, that would have been $300 easily. I ended up in more sells again as we got lower here, and then took this little range right here, which is only like 10 pips. Yeah, there's about 10. And then I seen this moving back up. I did want to get in more. I wanted to get in buys after this, but what happened was I didn't see the wick down here that I wanted to see, right? Because I only wicked once, right? And then it continued to push up, and then I wasn't sure if it was going to continue going down, so I didn't bother getting into any more sells until later. As far as the buys go, I got into buys over here where I got stopped out. Main reason I got into buys was because I seen new high being created, and then if you look at it from this perspective right there, I expected this to just keep pushing and not come back down here. In hindsight, I should have waited because I got stopped out at 28.76. So I bought in 28.78, wait, 28.78.75, right? Got in there. It pushed up, but didn't push up $5. It pushed up $3, right? Before it actually moved down and stopped me out at the 28.76. The 28.76, right over here is where it stopped me out. So again, I got into buys, 28.77. Right? Price came down. Almost stopped my ass out. And then it moved up. And I took profit. I took partial profit, right? Because I opened up a 3 contract. And then my second take profit was just up here, right? Because if you look at it, the higher time frame, right, there's a structure. Excuse me. And then, you know, that was pretty much the session. After that, like if you look at the 30-minute, price didn't move too much after, right? We have, you know, a little consolidation here, and then a massive move down here. But this was about 4:30, you know, just before the market closes. And who's really trading at that time? I don't want to get caught trading that time, especially if my account cannot maintain the margin for the amount of contracts I'm trading. Anyway, that was a session. On the daily, you know, again, we're still kind of consolidating, right? Like we're really stuck in between this this price range that we got going. It's pretty crazy. Oh, we've been stuck in here for the last how many days? For the last 24 days, last month. We've just been stuck in between this. So it'll be really nice to see, you know, price come back up to here, because it's a pivotal point, or even back down here, which is again a pivotal point, right? Because after we come down to here, we could either extend again all the way down here, which is another $84, or we could extend all the way up here, which is $94, and make some new highs, which will be amazing. Anyway, as always, risk on and happy trading. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know in the comments below. Thanks, guys. Bye.